Hello, everybody. So I hope now you can hear me actually. If not, please send us a fast message in the chat. Please don't mute the stream or anybody else here, just in case that was the technical issues. So once again, I welcome you here to the new season of the My Way live stream. I'm very happy to have you here with us and to talk about our guest, who is actually this time from the ski races. So really exciting to hear more about it. And before I go any further, I asked you to please keep off your cameras and your microphones so that even people with maybe a little bit of a weaker internet connection can take part here. So without any ado, we will start, and fingers crossed that now you will be able to hear actually the tone to a really exciting introduction to our guest. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome back to the first My Way live stream of this season. Today we are here at Gurgel, actually Hochgurgel. We are here at the ski race to meet up with Thomas Schrammel. He is part of the Austrian Ski Federation. We are really excited to hear more about his career and how he got here. So tune in with us. Let's have a look. So today we're here with Tom, and he's the PR and media coordinator for the Ski Austria, the men's Alpine team. And we're here to ask him a little bit of his background, his path, and his current job. So starting from the beginning, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how did you end up here?
Well, first of all, thank you for coming here to Gurgel, to our World Cup race. It's the first World Cup race of the year here in Austria. Unfortunately, we have two cancellations. My background, well, as you said, I'm Tom. I'm 44 years old. I'm from the eastern part of Austria, but live in the western part for almost 7 years now. My professional background started in 2008. I worked for the bank sector, so a totally different thing right now. I worked for the bank sector for more than 8 years. The last couple of years, I was thinking about, no, that's not the thing I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to do something that matches up with my passion, that makes me happy at the end of the day. And well, I decided in 2017 to quit my job, go to Kufstein, study SKFM there, and well, it's the best decision of my life.
Like at the beginning, did you think that that was going to be your path, or you always had in the back of your mind that you wanted to work with skiing, for example, or was it just...
Well, it was a period of almost 2 years when I think about what can I change in my life, what can I do. My big passions were sports and events. I always loved to create events, to organize them in my private time. And yeah, things come one to each other. And when I think back of my application interview at FH Kufstein, I think Mr. Romanelli was sitting there. And he asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I told him I want to work for the Ski Federation. I want to do events with them. And yeah, here I am.
Here you are. Yeah. Did you have any previous experience into this environment, or did that help then getting the job, or you just...
Not really. As I said, I worked for the bank, so I worked with hundreds of clients. So I'm used to work with people. I talk to them and have a good, I think I have a good feeling to talk to people, and that helps me a lot now. Yeah, and it was never my plan to work in the media sector. The thing come through over the time. What I can say that I used the time in Kufstein to build up a great network in the sports sector. I did a lot of volunteer jobs during this time, for example, for the UCI World Road Championships in Innsbruck, or the beach volleyball major in Vienna, things like that. And also the Generali Open in Kitzbühel. This is an ATP tournament where I used to work for the last 3 years. I was part of the organization team. And all this great network helped me to get this job. And yeah, super happy about that. And yeah.
Okay. So you're now PR and media coordinator, but what does that mean?
Well, that question, I'm often asked this question, but it's not easy to answer.
Yeah, for sure.
As you can imagine, it's not just being a press attaché and talk to media. It's much more. So I would describe it that I'm the link between our athletes, our sports team, and the public. So I have to find the middle path. What can we offer the public, and what don't we offer? So, for example, a newspaper calls me, Tom, we need an interview with Vincent Kriechmauer, for example. Yeah. Okay, what do you need? What are the topics? So I collect information about that. Then I call the guy. So I call the athlete, for example, Vincent. Vincent, there's a request for a newspaper interview with photo shooting. How do you think about it? And that's the thing, I handle it. And he said, yeah, let's do it. Or no, I'm not interested in it. That's fine for me. And then, yeah, I'm sometimes the bad boy. And then this game is played all over the year. So in winter, it's more protect the guys from the media guys, so then they can focus on the sports. In summer, it's something different. So we try to be in public, so to be in the newspapers and TVs and things like that. So the job is quite different all over the year.
Yeah, this was actually one of my questions. How does your year look like? Is there like a huge difference, of course, between summer and winter season? Are you also like traveling around for example, in summer for when you're going to ski on glaciers, for example, or?
Well, when you ask my friends, they said you have holiday from April to November. It's not a thing. For sure, that the year is super different. Winter is stressful, hectic, traveling around. My luggage is always packed over the year in my car or wherever. Summer is smooth, it's calm, but as you said, I visit the trainings, always in connection with the team. You always have to know, where are the guys, what are they doing, are they insured, are they fit, what is going on? And so it's a full-time job all over the year. Summer is smooth, winter is stressful.
I can imagine that. And so like the next 6 months are gonna look stressful and full of things to do. You're always traveling with them all the time.
With the team, yeah. So the team switches from race to race. So we're here now in Google, with the slalom team, with the technical team. On Monday, I go by plane to America to the speed team. So I changed team from week to week. But yeah, I'm with all races. I think plan was 45 races in 5 months. So it's a short season, but a tough season.
Yeah, as you can see, a lot of traveling is involved. But if you have now some questions for him, please feel free to write them in the chat. One of wonderful team colleagues will send them to me and I'm able to ask them here directly. I'm really excited to see what kind of burning questions you come up with. So, without further ado, let's travel a little bit with them to some ski races and see a little bit more about what he's actually doing and hear from the athletes how they describe what he's doing for them. Let's have a look.
And so your role is to be in between the athletes and the public. So would you say that you have like a very close relationship with the athletes as well?
I would say it's a close relationship on both sides. So when you watched me at the press conference in Google, you see that I know all of these press guys. It's important. It's all about trust. They have to trust me. I have to trust them. And the same with the athletes. So athletes became kind of a friend. Trust is the most important thing in my job. So that this work went through smooth and works well. And yeah, I'm kind of the team. I'm like a coach. I'm always with them, with the same clothes, and yeah, be with them over the winter season. Yeah.
Okay.
Switching more to this weekend in particular, so we're here in Gurgel today, and I guess that none of the days look the same. What are you doing over this weekend? For example, like today we had a press conference. What do you have anything planned for this afternoon, and what are you actually going to do tomorrow?
You said it right. No day is the same like yesterday, so you have to be prepared for everything. You can plan some things, but you always have to be in your head that something can change, that something can happen. And for example, here in Google, we had this it's not a kind of press conference, as we said. It's more a media appointment where everybody can talk to the athletes and the coaches. Went quite smooth. And in the evening, we have the bib draw, so the public bib draw for the fans. It's always part of my job to manage how to get there, be on time on the stage, get the guys back. And after that, we had our team meeting, which we have every day. So we go through the next day. When do the lifts start? When do we have to be on the slope? Things like that. Tomorrow in the morning, I will start at around 7 to get up the slope, do an inspection, team with the athletes. We go through, for example, athlete Manuel Feller, we need 2 interviews from you. One TV, one radio, for example. First run, interviews. Second run, interviews. Hopefully, podium, best way, victory. After victory, we have this flower ceremony, loads of interviews, so probably 15 to 20 interviews in the finish area.
Okay.
After that, doping control. I'm always with the as soon as he's on the podium, I'm always on his side.
Okay.
I'm like assistant for him. I do everything for him, organize shuttles. So doping control, we come back to the hotel, have a short lunch, change clothes, prize giving ceremony, pack your luggage.
Next one.
So that's the short way how it works. Yeah.
Since we're going to show some parts of the press conference, I wanted to ask you if you are the one that organizes it, and for example, how do you organize a press conference?
Well, it always depends on the venue we are. So Google is a home World Cup. It's an important race for us. So we do a press conference like that. So I talk to the guys who are in charge of the press center. Is it possible to get there? When is the best time? Then I talk suits with your training schedule and things like that. And yeah, the planning starts around 2 weeks prior. And yeah, but it's not a big thing. Some phone calls, and then we meet there, and we do it in the ski sector mostly in this, I call it freestyle way. So not a classical podium press conference. So we do it freestyle. Everybody from the media gets his interviews, his photos, whatever they need. And it's the easiest way for us. It's the best way for the journalists and the best way for the athletes because it's quite fast.
Like, what is the most typical thing that could go wrong, or the worst thing that happened?
Worst case is always injuries. Today, 1 year ago, I was just arrived in the USA for the speed training, and we had a horrible crash of Max Franz. He broke both legs, and he's still, it's not possible for him to walk distances. It was super tough. You have to react super quickly. I was in the hospital with him for 3 days. And that's the worst thing. Injury is always the worst thing. Another thing that happened last year, and I think it's quite popular, is the retirement of Matthias Meyer, our 3 times Olympic champion. He retired spontaneous in live TV. I was the first guy he told. So he came down the inspection and said, Tom, I'm gonna quit my career now. I was laughing. I said, hey, Matthias, no time for jokes. Come on, let's do this interview for ORF. He said, no, it's serious. We'll retire. And you can't be prepared for this situation. It was super crazy. But at the end of the day, it worked well. So I think we handled it in a good way. The most difficult thing was that we had race days. And race day is always special. We have to build up attention for all racers. And now we have this crazy topic that our best guy retired. And to keep the balance between handle this retirement and keeping up the tension for the race was quite good. And yeah, now I can laugh about the situation, but at this moment it was super tough for me, and it was just crazy.
And what about the team? Is it a big team that you're working with, or how does it work? What are the tasks apart from yours?
Well, ski sport is the most popular thing in Austria, I think, besides football. And besides Switzerland, I think we have the biggest team here. For example, here in Google, we have a team of around, I would say, 25 to 27 people. Mm-hmm. So 8 athletes, we have trainers, we have physios, we have a doctor with us, media guy. Yeah, it's a big stuff, but it's necessary. Sometimes you hear in the media, our team is too large, we're just on holiday all over the year. It's not true. Everybody is really busy and have his tasks. And same with me. It's not just about media, also tasks for the sport itself. For example, during the race, I do the whole management of the radio calls. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the finish. I have all my screens in front of me, so I see all the split times, give them through the radio for the athletes or for the coaches. And also, if I see something on the TV they didn't see on the slope, mm-hmm. I can radio up and say, hey, be prepared with this gate. It looks like slippy or it broke. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's super interesting that I'm kind of a small coach sometimes.
Okay, and are you ever in front of the camera or are you more of a background guy?
Well, I'm not a big fan of being in front of the camera. I try to be in the background, but in the finish area, it's called restricted area, mm-hmm. where the team guys were waiting for the athletes. There's always one camera, and they're filming you as soon as an Austrian is on the start. They came to you and film you, mm-hmm. so they need emotions, and you see it later in the recap. It was kind of weird at the beginning, mm-hmm. when there's a camera standing in front of you and just waiting for your reaction, but now you didn't register it, so they stand with you, and that's fine for me. So I always try not to be too visible in front of the cam, but sometimes it happens, and yeah, it's fine for me. And my family and my friends are always happy to see me on the TV, and my phone rings, you're on the TV, and if they're happy, I'm too. Yeah.
So Manuel, how is it to have Tom around, and what is his job? Can you describe it a little bit?
Well, it's always nice to have Tom next to us. He's taking really good care of us. And so far he does a really good job. I hope that he stays like that, because sometimes these guys after some years they think they have done enough, but no, he is doing a really good job. If you're asking what he's doing, he organizes all the things next to the slope, I would say, like press conferences or the timetable for the press conferences, bib draw, all the media stuff. If you're doing like TV shows or radio interviews or stuff like that, everything that comes into the federation goes straight to him, and he is our first contact person. And yeah, then he asks me if I want to do that, if I want to do it like they are, like they want to do it. And then, yeah, he sometimes needs to be the bad guy and says, no, Manuel doesn't want to, has no time, or just doesn't care. But yeah, so far he is doing that really good, and he's the manager, I would say.
That's good publicity.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you and welcome here in our studio. It's really, really exciting to have you here, Tom, after your 30-hour Voyager from America. Like, well, how was that to be so long unscheduled on your way to us here?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's a big pleasure for me to be here, and great to be back here in FH Kufstein. Great memories to this time back. America trip was not easy. The next cancellations were there, so pre-races were not done because of the winter storm. The way back was, I would say it's not that easy, but it worked. We were finally back home on Tuesday in the morning after more than 30 hours of traveling. For me, it's fine. It's not easy for the athletes because they have the next races in 2 days on Saturday in France. But I think, it worked, and we are here and ready for the next races.
And we are really excited to ask you the next questions because the first ones already came in the chat, and I will just start with the first one. As the PR representative for the ski team, are you the one who is responsible for coaching them how to answer in English and German in their replies to the media?
Well, it's different to say. So our top athletes, for example, a fellow you see in the video, Markus Schwarz and Kriechmeier, they don't need coaching. They are totally professional with giving interviews, how to post there, how to keep the gear, the skis and things like that. But on the other hand, with young athletes, and tomorrow or in 2 days in France, we have a guy who does his first World Cup race. And tomorrow in the evening, I will meet him. We'll talk through these topics and we'll tell him how to stand in the cam. Don't watch in the cam like me now. Things like that. There's some rules, and yeah, but the most important thing is that all athletes should be authentic, and that's really important for me because otherwise it's not natural on TV or on the radio. And
Yeah,
that's the thing.
to really get into it. Yeah. Super exciting. We were all really glad to have here the media training and during our studies. I think otherwise, yeah, this situation would be a whole new thing and a whole different mountain to climb. So, mountains to climb, career paths. Do the Ski Federation have a career page where they have open positions, or what do you recommend doing to get in?
Well, there are big changes in our federation. The new logo is just one thing, and also the open way to get jobs there is new. So on our website, skiaustria.com, you find open jobs. But probably at the moment, it's not the easiest way to get a job here because we're in the middle of the season. All jobs are set. But my recommendation is to take a look at it after the season, April, May. The contracts are over then, and maybe there's a chance to get in. And yeah, it would be great if you see some guys of SKFM next to me in my team.
I think there will be a possibilities. I know one of our team members is really looking forward to maybe one day have a job like you. Maybe not in the ski part, but yeah, really cool. So next question directly, how big is the team which is joining you while traveling to a ski race? And yeah, so how many people are actually traveling with you?
How many people? As I said in the video, I changed the team from week to week. So I came back from America with the speed team and now go tomorrow in the morning to Val d'Isère to the technical team. Our team at venue is about, I would say, 25 to 30 people, athletes included. So we have 10 athletes there and around 20 guys for the staff. Staff is coaches, there are conditional coaches, there's a physiotherapist, team doctor, me, myself for the media, service personnel. So I would say 25 to 30 people on a World Cup venue.
So for the media, you are alone responsible, basically.
I'm the only one, yeah.
Then who is doing maybe the background stuff? Like, I mean, are you the person sitting there next to the ski race and doing reels and stuff like that for the Instagram pages or other news outlets, or is there somebody else who helps you in the background?
No, I'm the only one with the athletes. So I produce the videos or photos. It depends on where you are because it's not allowed to be on venue and do videos. So it's just photos are allowed. It's the FIS rules. And I produce them. I send them through to my colleague back home, and she put it on Instagram or Facebook. If I have time, for example, during the training, I do it by myself. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's always nice to have someone on your side who helps you out when, you need a little bit help, like today. Actually, now we are coming to a little bit of a crisis theme. What was the biggest PR crisis that you had to manage till today?
The biggest crisis is it's a hard word because what is a crisis? For me, the biggest thing so far were two things. First thing was 1 year ago, the horrible crash of Max Franz in the States. He crashed, broke both legs, and it was crazy, yeah.
Wow.
And he's still not able to walk small distances. That's crisis communication. It's really hard. First of all, you have to talk to his family, talk to them what happened. Then you think about how can we publish this topic, what really happened. It's not easy to communicate this in a way that everybody understands it. Everybody gets enough information, but not too much information. So it's not easy to find this path. That was one thing 1 year ago. So crashes and injuries always crisis. The other thing was, I think it was mentioned in the video with Matthias Meyer, the retirement. He was our best guy, 3 times Olympic champion, and he retired spontaneously. And I think I already said, but you can't be prepared for this situation. It was just, as I saw this, I hear this, and the first thing I was thinking about, make a video with a statement of him, send it back home to my colleague. She should put it out, and that's the first step we can do. And it was a great decision afterwards. We have this video just 1 minute after his retirement. It go viral all over the world. It was crazy. And then, yeah, you have to do step by step and work with this situation. And also on this day, we had race day, so we need tension for the rest of the ski races. So it wasn't easy to find a balance between this retirement and the race, but it worked well. It was a great experience, but it was a important experience for me, because I think the next retirement can come, hopefully not too soon.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. I mean, especially like Olympics in 2 years, I think that's exciting thing to take with you. So hopefully they stay with us. But back to the FH actually, in how far do you think what you have learned at FH Kufstein helped you in what you're doing now?
Going to FH Kufstein, deciding to moving here and studying SKFM was definitely the best decision of my life. I'm really proud of my decision, because I had a safe job, a good job in the bank sector. I quit it in 2017, came here with nothing, start completely new. And we were a great community. SKFM 17 was really a great community. We are in contact even today. And I think FH Kufstein offers 3 key points that helped me a lot. It's theory, practice, and the chance to creating a good network in this sector. And if you combine all these 3 components, you have great chances on the job market in the sports sector. And even after my graduation to 20, we were in the middle of the Corona crisis, and doors were open. So I had jobs with the General Open in Kitzbühel. It's an ATP tournament, and in the winter I already worked for the Ski Federation. So if you combine these 3 topics, practice, theory, and networking, I think everything is possible.
Definitely. I think we also can, no problem with getting in contact with you through the great network of our lecturers, of our fellow students, also, of the alumni we interviewed. I mean, you guys were basically telling us like, hey, if you want or need any more guests, we are happy to connect you. So I think, networking definitely works here and is so helpful. And we're excited for the next guest, but I will talk later about them. So back to traveling. How many different countries do you visit during one winter season?
Good question. Next question. I mean, in Europe, there are the classical resorts. Let me think about the season. We start in Austria, then we go to Switzerland, back to Austria, United States, France, Italy. After Italy, there's back to Switzerland, Austria with Kitzbühel, Schladming, Germany. After Germany, we go to Bansko in Bulgaria, Bansko up to Norway, to Quidfjell, back to the States, back home to Slovenia, to Kranjska Gora, and then the final in Saalbach. I think that's it.
You counted now? I don't count. As somebody counted here. Maybe if you have, write in the chat so that everybody knows how many it is. Because, wow, that's quite a lot. Do you actually have the chance to see something from the country there, or is it?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
Some guys tell me, how great it is to go to the States, or how great it is to go to Norway. We arrive there, we go straight to the venue, we have trainings there, races, and then back home. So not really a tourist trip, it's really a business trip. Sometimes quite stressful, hectic. But it's a great pleasure to do this, and I'm really happy about it.
Well, that is the most important part. Do you get all travel costs, hotel, etc. paid by your company? So in this case, by the federation?
Yeah, everything is paid. So I'm part of the team. I'm traveling with the team bubble. So I have my car from the company. I go to the airport with them, traveling, hotel, back home. So yeah, lucky me, everything is paid. Otherwise, it would be quite expensive sometimes. Yeah.
And when you're like, I would say stuck, like you were now in America, is there somebody in the background who helps you, organize everything new so that you can actually get home? Like, is it from the federation or I think in skiing it's a FIS, yeah.
It always depends where you are. It's, for example, in the States, last week in Denver, we get stuck there. The flights were canceled because of the winter in Munich. Our head coach is the main responsible guy who do the travel planning, and back home we have one colleague in the office who helped us. And I try to be a kind of assistant for the head coach, help for keeping the team together, inform them as soon as possible. And yeah, we are a team, not only on the slopes, also on the airport.
That's the most important thing. Yeah, your team around you that you can count on. Back to FH, actually, have you completed the bachelor's and the master's degree here in SKFM, or only the bachelor's degree?
Only the bachelor. Shame on me, but otherwise I got these job offers right after the graduation of the bachelor degree, and I'm happy with it. And maybe in some years I'm back here and doing a master degree, but at the moment it's just a bachelor.
You never know what comes up.
You never know.
I mean, it's also really exciting what you're doing now. So yeah, and you can do it part-time. So maybe there will come up some opportunity where you have the time and actually the country to do this. Back to the ski federation. What are the positions in a ski federation like yours could be possible for someone who has studied sports and event management?
As SKFM offers a broad range of chances, my thing was never doing media stuff. That thing happened. I was always in organizing events. So that's the first part I want to mention. We have one team that organizes our home World Cups, not only in Alpine skiing, also ski jumping, biathlon next weekend in Hochfilzen, for example. So we have our own event team. They are doing a great job, and it was honestly said my first goal to get into this team. Then I see that I want to do more with the athletes itself. So the path with media was open. So events, media, for example, also the organization of in the back office in our office is one part. We have our social media team in Innsbruck, for example. We have technical teams who do research on technical stuff like ski preparation, suits and things like that. So the range is really large, broad, and yeah, I think there are many opportunities. Just keep your eyes open for jobs and then grab a chance and get in.
So basically, right timing after the season, finding the right job, looking around a little bit, asking your network around, maybe they have heard something or can, say like, hey, I know there's somebody. That's always good. Oh, yeah, that's actually back to the job, which we are just talking about. How did you get your job? Normal application or people from your network? I think you already talked a little bit about that, but...
The funniest, the guy who does my job prior was here at FH Kufstein for presentation, his job, my job now. And after this hour, I talked to him. I said, Markus, I want to go to the ski federation. Is there any chance for me? And he just tell me, write me a mail. I will look at it. And so things come one to each other. And after half a year, I was doing my semester abroad in New Zealand. I came back and he gave me the chance to be kind of his assistant for half a season. It was in 2019. So I was back home doing social media stuff and things like that. He was with the team. And last year, it was April, he called me to Innsbruck, said, hey, Tom, we have to speak about your job. And I said, oh, fuck, what have I done wrong? And there's something weird. Yeah. And he told me he will quit got my new job if you want to. And that's how it happens. Yeah, network, grab your chance, and then perform. So I was waking up in the morning at 2 o'clock when there were the Olympic Games. I was working for him, and yeah, that impressed him, and that was my chance. Yeah.
So cool. Oh, yeah. So networking. Was it, by the way, the Kontakt in die Zukunft business project, or was it just an?
No, it was a kind of a media class, and he was a guest there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think if you haven't heard about this, there is also the business project Kontakt in die Zukunft, where really interesting guests from all kinds of studies are coming there and talking about their jobs, how they got there, etc., and which you can then meet on the day afterwards, which I think it's a really cool opportunity. Also connect and maybe find your summer internship or your assistant job opportunity to get your dream job. But we got one more question. Do you contact the media, or are they always the one contacting you? How is that balance?
I mentioned it in the video. I think it's a good connection with the media guys. So the Austrian press guys, the journalists, it's not that big mass of journalists. So I know them personally. In contact with them all over the year. Normally they contact me, like today on the way here to Kufstein, there's a phone call from a journalist from a print media. Tom, I need an interview with Marco Schwarz. Is it possible? Things like that. And I have to handle that. Yeah, it's possible. And I always have to be in my mind, where is the athlete, what he's doing, when is maybe a time for this. And yeah, normally they contact me. Sometimes if we have something special training camp in the summer, for example, when we go paragliding, things like that, I contact them. Hey, come here, we have a cool thing for you. Join us and take some great photos and interviews. So I would say most of the time they contact me. Sometimes it's the opposite.
Back to the athletes. Do you have any personal contacts to any of the racers? Or, for example, have you been to everyone's wedding? Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Have you been to somebody's wedding?
Not at a wedding yet, but yeah. As you can imagine, successful athletes. I'm more in contact with our successful athletes. You see it in Google. We have a triple win, and I'm with them all the time. So, for example, Marco Schwarz or Quincy Kriechmeier, most of the time close to them. So it's a kind of friendship, I would say. We always try to be professional and separated. But yeah, we have private contact too. They tell me where they're on holiday in summer, and they ask me what they're doing now. Are you bored in the summer? Things like that. Yeah. And in winter, I see them nearly every day. Yeah.
Pretty cool that out of work relationships, also friendships are springing off. It's really nice. Do you ever have days off, or is the job your top priority and you are available 24/7? I think, especially in the season, not off season.
Day off. Last season, I calculated, and there were 30 days at home out of around 200. So in the season, so I was at home, but it was not day off. So I would say there's no day off from end of October until mid of April. Last year, there was 1 week, my vacation in Greece, where I really turned off my phone and it was really offline for 1 week. Weird situation, but yeah, great one. But it's not 24/7. I would say it's 15/7. So the night it's okay to turn off your phone and relax. Yeah.
So it gets also a little bit more relaxing off season, probably,
sure.
right?
Yeah, it's important. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. Yeah.
And how are you balancing that with like friends, family, when you're basically half a year not really available for them?
Yeah. I have a great wife back home, and with 2 great children. They support me all over the year, and for sure I use the time back home in summer and spring to do things with them, going on the playground and go cycling, things like that, just to calm down, to relax, to gain new energy for the new season. And we're really thankful for that. Yeah.
Find the balance is really important. Not to burn out. So looking at the time, even though we started a little bit later, we are slowly coming to an end. Before I'm asking you the last question, I actually want to thank all our sponsors. As you can see here above me, Sparkasse, the FH Kufstein, the Kufstein Festung, and also Hervis have helped us a great deal to make this project a reality. We're really, really thankful for them, and that we can always count on them since, they also helped us out last season. Continue with that. We have a little lottery for you, a little giveaway. So since we are all here now in the let's say winter season, where we enjoy to go to coffees and drink some coffee with our friends, eat some cake and around here in Kufstein, we wanted to give you the opportunity to win 2 €10 voucher from the little coffee Kleinod, which is basically right around the corner here of the FH Kufstein, so really easily to get there, even so when you're studying, for example, in the library or so. How you can do that is we have now posted the link to our little feedback sheet. We asked you to kindly give us some feedback there and enter your email address to take part in our lottery. We will email you tomorrow. If you're just interested into giving us feedback, that's also really, really cool, and we are totally happy with it. So don't feel like you have to give us your email address. Just take part in that. Thank you for that. So coming back here to you, to our ending works of this episode today. Have you anything to add? Any tips or anything on your mind that you wish to give us students for our future careers on our way?
I already said, grab your chance, build up a great network here in Kufstein. Besides, enjoy your time here. It's a fantastic time here, great opportunities. And if you need anything, feel free to contact me. If you have any questions, the girls will forward my number or my mail address. Feel free to contact me, and we'll be happy to hear from you.
For that, please write us an email. This is also put into the chat since we are now best available through that. If you're contacting the Instagram team, it may take a little while since they have to send it to you, to us. But if you want to have a direct information, then please email us, and we will be as fast as possible with replying to you. So then, thank you so much for all the answers you gave us, for being here. Actually, even though you have such a tight schedule, we are really honored to have you here. And thank you so much to all the team here for having us here to FH Kufstein to make this possible. And next, I can already tell you about the next one. Next one will be in January the 16th, again at 7 p.m. We will also set some more information out about that, but it will be with Laura Hittmann, who is a really, really interesting person with a fantastic career. She was a policewoman in Germany, but wanted to go and live near the mountains. So she came here to FH Kufstein and started studying here, went off at Red Bull in security matters, and is now at the Salzburger Festspiele. So if you want to learn a little bit more about also the cultural side of things, tune in the next time. We are really, really happy to have you. Yeah, that is it for today. See you in January. Have a wonderful Christmas time and enjoy the ski season. Bye-bye.
Bye.